in fact TV stars. Many of you may not know this, but tomorrow is actually my 30th birthday. I'd just like to remind everyone that once the clock strikes midnight, the focus of the celebration will be off of Nathan and Erica and be completely on me. But in all seriousness, I couldn't think of a better way to spend my 30th birthday. The term third wheel is an understatement. 7 years and 11 months ago is when Nathan and Erica became exclusive. And at that time, I was always under the impression that Erica was a third wheel on our tricycle ride of life. I believe today is confirmation that I was and always will be that third wheel. That is, until Harrison Ford proposes to Erica, at which Nathan will be at square one. I've known Nathan since the start of high school, which is over half of our lives now. He caught me at the tail end of rocky puberty, so he's had the joy of knowing what I feel about every woman that's ever crossed my path. I think everyone will be surprised to hear that I never did well with the ladies in high school, but I eventually did start dating when I went to Brock. Although Nathan was finishing up his 5th year of high school to dominate basketball, he was there for my first girlfriend, and there's several that have been through the queue since that time. For those in the room that are wondering, yes, I am currently single, and yes, if you're currently looking to take me on a date, then Nathan will know all of the details. Even though we knew each other throughout high school, I don't think I realized he was my best friend until we started at Brock and we hung out all the time, along with our good friend Nate Reed, who's the other groomsman tonight. The three of us got each other through university, and although staying in residence would have been fun, we kind of made up our own dorm, which primarily took at my parents' house. I remember the first time I saw Erica. Nathan and I, along with our buddy Mookie, who's over there in the corner, sure. We were sitting at Massimo's enjoying some pizza and wings, you know, the crazy bachelor lifestyle that we live. And Nathan had been telling us about this cute girl he worked with at Sobeys, and that she was sitting a couple booths over with some friends. There was a lot of looking over the shoulder and giggling. Primarily coming from our table, but Erica appeared to be equally filled with butterflies. I don't remember much conversation between the eventual bride and groom that day, but I remember seeing the look in their eyes and I knew something was up. I would later one day introduce myself in Erica's cashier line when Nathan and I went into Sobeys. I'm pretty sure Nathan made every excuse to go into Sobeys when he was off and she was working. Erica and I were both initially attracted to Nathan for the same reasons. His height and his goofy little smile. We were going to the same high school, but one basketball season my dad was the convener in our league, and I had the suggestion of putting the tallest guy on our team. At that time, the convener made the rosters, so not only did we get to play together, but we finished in first place. As the years went on, I believe Erica and I both started noticing more about Nathan than just his beautiful physique. He's kind, selfless, caring, smart, organized, hardworking, independent, and above all else, he's always there for you. Nathan has always had a good sense of humor, but I like to think that Erica and I both encouraged him to be more vocal, and as the years goes on, he has continued to amaze me. As I look around the room, I see all of Nathan's closest friends. I think the reason we have gone along so well over the years is because he's comprised of some of the best qualities of all of our friends. I also have Nathan to thank for introducing me to many of the friends I have met in this room today. The saying, "A friend of yours is a friend of mine," could not be more true in this case, as I trust Nathan's opinion of people probably more than he will ever know. Now, I know Erica has often been frustrated when the three of us are together, and I always take Nathan's side. I've heard her on several occasions say, "It's not the fair the two of you always gang up on me," or, "Of course, you're always going to agree with him." I think the reason I do this is because I've always viewed Nathan as a brother of mine. Erica has her two awesome sisters, Miranda and Alicia, who make up her wedding party here today. But Nathan and I don't have any brothers. To me, the only thing that separates us from being true brothers is we aren't blood relatives. Although I'm sure we've had a couple people fooled over the years. After Nathan had called to tell me that he and Erica had got engaged, which I suspected would happen that weekend when they went away for the weekend, many people had asked me shortly after, are you going to be the best man? To which I replied, I'd assume so, but I'm not sure and I don't want to jinx it. After keeping me on my toes when I would see him, either with Erica or in front of her friends and family, it was the first time he came over and it was just the two of us. He looked at me and said, so you'll be my best man, right? I believe my answer was, obviously, you don't even need to ask. So some might say I'm not exactly a relationship guru, but I think I've learned a little bit over the years. One characteristic that Nathan and Erica have made me realize is that the right person brings out the best in you. I can say without a doubt that Nathan and Erica are always bringing out the best in each other. I have been lucky enough to see their growth as individuals and as a couple. They are always supporting each other through the tough times, which is a great feeling knowing your best friend has someone like Erica by his side. Their combined strength has shown in a variety of ways, whether it's when Nathan worked at Kitchener for 2 years, or when they moved into their first apartment in Niagara Falls, or when they purchased their first home last year in Beamsville. These are all great accomplishments, but these two blew my mind in the last few weeks. I can only imagine how tough it is to plan a wedding. Nathan and Erica were able to plan their wedding in 1 year, which isn't so bad, but they had to go and plan their entire wedding again in less than 1 month at this beautiful venue, which I'm sure you'll all agree this day has been perfect, and that's no accident. Erica, I know I've been a lot to handle over the years, and I'd like to apologize in advance because today you agreed to put up with me for the rest of your life. You've either directly or indirectly had to hear stories and complaints from me, but you've always been supportive. You were always that cute Sobeys girl that my best friend had a crush on. But today, I see you as everyone else in the room does, and I think they'll all agree. You are now that beautiful woman that my best friend has the privilege of spending the rest of his life with. And I know he couldn't be happier. I love you guys both, and I can only hope that one day I find someone that brings out the best in me, like you guys have done the past 7 years and 11 months.
Take your shirt off! For the record, I was never all that concerned. I was pretty worried about this.